First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Hey, gotta go.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And his first pass is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. It's Sylvester Williams there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This is taken at about the 14. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, I need one. Set.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Boys, here we go. Set. Blue 60.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Eddie Goldman in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 11. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
On first down, Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is Howard on second down. Runs through the contact. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Let's go, let's go. Come on, come on.
On first down, they run with Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking downfield for Dez. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And Detroit getting set to go now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches, don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
To throw on second down is Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, here's Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Onto the field now come the Bears. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Come on, come on.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Out of the gun, Trubisky finding some room at midfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Stafford on first down. It's brought in left side by Tate. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's Trubisky to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They pitch out to Howard. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On the toss play, Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want the left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are in for 6. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Parkey with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Four down.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Operating from the gun, Stafford, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, Trubisky looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hurry, hurry. Hey, yo, you see it? You see it? Move, move, move.
Trubisky will throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Go, 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 go.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Trubisky now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Hey, 18.
Now it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Gotta go.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, here's Stafford. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Monday. Set. 180.
On second down, Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Lions on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They snap it at 1. Now it's Trubisky. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing here, Trubisky, and that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is brought in at the 21. There's the flash of Abdullah. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
To throw is Stafford. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. This is Howard on the toss right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Come on, gotta go, gotta go.
First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Let's go, let's go. You see it, you see it?
Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. Michael Burton, the fullback, the intended target. And it's second down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Blue, blue.
Now Trubisky to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now Stafford. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here we go. Set, lady.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. He's got LeGarrette Blount. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Set. 180.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there. Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. As they head to the field now, with the game this close,
You got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll begin here with Blunt. And an alley to run. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's got room. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Johnson on the counter. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Torlolo. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Stafford. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, Stafford. He finds Riddick complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Now Trubisky lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Blunt. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
To throw on 2nd down, Stafford, and a completion to Wilson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll get it up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? Waiting. Like 7. I got you. 22.
Now Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guy?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A'Shawn Robinson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Bears on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So here come the Lions now. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Monday.
Now a first carry for their fullback. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Lions, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire